So today, we're gonna do a little something called an anti-haul slash an unsure haul, and the books that I really want now. Not yet hauled, but will haul them as soon as available. 2 of which are already pre-ordered, so, you know. So I saw this anti-haul on, I think, who did I see it on? About like books that she refuses to buy or is not going to be buying. And while I don't have an extensive list of it, it was actually kind of hard to find a couple of those, but there were definite 2 that I will not be buying. You will not make me. I will not do it. Actually, the only way you can make me read these books is if you commission me on Ko-fi. Please don't do that. But I want to share some books that I just will not be buying with you guys, and then a couple that I'm like, maybe, I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think, and then the others that I definitely will be buying. So yeah, so let's get started with that, shall we? So we're gonna start with the anti-haul. Let's get the negativity out of the way. Will not buy these books, okay? The very first book that I do not plan on buying, I'm already seeing some not great vibes with it, is called Room Made by Soraya Wilson. This is an adult contemporary romance, and the basic plot of this is that we have this character named Madison who wants to live her dreams and get out of her family's wealth and influence. And there's an advertisement she finds for a room maid. And basically, in exchange for free rent, she has to keep this guy's penthouse clean and play with his dog. That's it. So she's get free room and board there. But the problem is they're obviously going to be falling in love. And I'm not okay with this because, for one, highly unqualified to do this. She's never cleaned in her life. She's one of those like pretty princess girls that has never done a hard day's work in her life, and I guess this is her journey of learning it. And I'm kind of sick of that trope, and I feel like, you know, someone deserves free room and board. It should go to somebody who actually needs it, for one. And the idea of this falling in love with the guy that you're living with, there's just this imbalance of power because he's the one giving you the free rent, and I don't really like that dynamic. And I don't think this would be a book that I enjoy. So this girl already comes from a rich family where she has these resources and gives it up because she wants this independence and stuff. When it's kind of a slap in the face to those of us who, you know, work every day to make rent and stuff. And it's just not the type of book that I think has a great message or characters deserving of what they're getting. So. And I know it, you know, it's fiction. It's meant to be a cute chick flick kind of romance, a chick lit, as you will. It's not the one that I want to be reading. I'm gonna pass on this one. The next book is The Afterlife of the Party by Marlene Perez. And this one is a vampire book. And I'm not a huge fan of vampire books in general. I have some anticipated ones, but this book in particular, I don't care about. It deals with a girl who is at a party where she gets bit and becomes a vampire, but she's also, I guess, kidnapped by the band who are all vampires. So she's kind of forced into a groupie position. She's the type of girl that's not like other girls because her best friend wanted to go to the party, so her best friend is the party girl, and her other best friend she's got unrequited love for. And it's like, we've heard this before. I'm not a huge fan of this trope. I really hate unrequited love tropes, especially in terms of like best friendville. I am not a fan of that trope. I kind of hate unrequited love. Sorry if you're a big fan of that, but I hate it. So the entire characterization in this, I'm just not living for. I don't really care about it. There's nothing really appealing to me in this story, so I don't plan on buying it. Maybe it's something that you'll be more interested in, but I'm definitely just kind of with it. Whole description of it, the whole plot, I'm just kind of, no thanks, I'm good. The next book might be a surprise to a lot of people because this is a very popular author. This is To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini, who is the writer of Eragon. I've actually never read Eragon. Sorry. This one, it's a sci-fi book. It's very big apparently, but doesn't have much to it. It's about a girl who finds an alien relic while she's on an uncolonized planet. As she awakens these aliens who are gonna annihilate all humans, but there's not much in the plot that tells me anything like absolutely horrible. But I looked at some of the reviews of the people who had arcs of the book, and a lot of it just apparently is that it's very wordy. There's not a lot of depth in the characters. Apparently the main character loses her fiance very early on and has no emotional response to it. So okay, sure. At about halfway through the book, it just loses any momentum. So seeing this from, you know, trusted sources of reading it, I don't think it's one I'll be picking up. It still could fall under the maybe, if available, I'll get it. You know, if it's not expensive or I happen upon it as a free audiobook. The audiobook apparently is 32 hours long though, so like, dang. It just doesn't feel like the type of sci-fi book I want to be reading. I don't see anything extraordinary about it, and I don't think it's what I'm gonna pick up. The next two were my immediate no's. Absolute no. And the first one is The Ickabog by J.K. Rowling. We're not even going to talk about her new bullshit that she's on with her pseudonym name, I can't talk anymore, with her transphobic ass creating a guy dressed as a woman killing other women. We're not even going to go there. Through that. But as I've mentioned before, I have sworn off all things J.K. Rowling. I am in the process of getting rid of all of my Harry Potter stuff. We're just not supporting anything that she has ever touched. And I'm done with it. I'm done with Harry Potter. And it's sad, but that's how it is. I've already explained that. Sorry, someone is chatting with me. I'm just done. We're done with that. We're done with Rowling. I'm not even gonna bother looking at the synopsis for it. The fact that she's coming out with another children's book, away with you. You're done. You're done in this world now. You've been given the chances, you've wasted them, you're out. I didn't even put up the cover because this is as much of a platform as I'm giving her, and it's already too much. So moving on. The next one should not come as a surprise to anybody, but that is Midnight Sun by Stephenie Meyer. Midnight Sun. Why is Twilight still here? I've already done a little rant about I don't care about Twilight. I don't think we need this book. I don't know why this book is here. This book was leaked years ago, and I don't know why it exists. I don't know why. So one of my friends on Tumblr actually did a read through of it, and Edward is a dramatic bitch. His thought processes are stupid, and it's a long, long book that we don't need. I don't need. No one needs. No one needed it. And apparently she's going to continue the series, not with Edward's POV, but there might be in talks of two more books in the Twilight universe, and I'm just like, why? 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 No thank you. Okay, goodbye. I don't know, but I have no intention to read or buy Midnight Sun in any way, in any dimension, in any version of myself. There is not a version that's going to be reading this book. That's it. Okay, so let's talk about some books that I am unsure of. They could potentially be good, they could potentially be train wrecks. So the first book is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I've seen a lot of hype about this. It is a Cinderella story, kind of, I think. It is very similar to the Japanese drama called Arashinshi no Danshi, where a very wealthy person dies and then leaves everything to a very poor girl. So it's left to Avery Grams in this, and everyone thinks that she's, you know, a gold digger or something. Nobody can figure out why she was given this. She's never met him. She has no idea. And she moves into his big house, which is very unconventional. And because the guy apparently loved puzzles and riddles and codes and stuff. And I feel like this is just Arashinshi no Danshi. I liked that show, but it feels like this is the same story. We'll have to read to find out. So I don't know how I feel about this book. I may buy it, I may not, I may read it, I may not, I don't know. We'll see how it appeals to everybody as it comes out. I think it just came out, it just came out at the beginning of the month, so we'll see. The next book is Crown Chasers by Rebecca Coffindaffer. I think that's how you pronounce that name. This one's coming out at the end of the month, And it deals with a person who is part of royalty but doesn't want to be in royalty anymore. But when the king or emperor or something becomes ill, he creates the crown chase, which she is now somewhat forced to do it. She's not actually, I don't think she's forced to do it, but now she feels she must compete in it because she's an adventurer, even though she doesn't want the crown. So I'm like, that's why I'm kind of unsure, because I'm like, well, if you don't want the crown, why are you participating? But it turns deadly, it's more high stakes. It feels kind of like Stardust, where the king sends out the gem that then hits the star, and all the sons go out trying to find it, which is a story that I like, but I just don't know about how this one's gonna go. It could go well, it could go poorly, so halvesies. I'm halvesies on this one. The next book is called These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. The reason that this is unsure. Pros: Shanghai, high stakes, 1926 gangsters. Cons: Romeo and Juliet retelling. I'm not a fan of Romeo and Juliet. I have never liked Romeo and Juliet. I think it's overdone, and I'm not a fan of a lot of retellings for it. So I don't know how this is gonna work. That's really the basis of my uncertainty for this book. It looks really interesting. I love the cover of it, but Romeo and Juliet, really? Really? I really want some more Much Ado About Nothing retellings. Can we have that instead? That's a way better love story than this. So, yeah. The next book is Cast in Firelight by Dana Swift. Now, this is about an arranged marriage. So they're already engaged. They've had a long distance rivalry, which feels very Swan Princess to me, which I do enjoy. But the rest of the story just seems kind of bland to me. They both go undercover and don't know who the other one is, basically, which is a great trope that I do enjoy. But there's not much more to the plot. There's something with the secret criminal underbelly of their world, and I'm just unsure. It could be really good. It has potential, but it also has potential to fall flat. So I have my hopes up for this one. It's one that I'll probably be reading, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. It might not be good, but it could be good, but I don't know. I'm hoping it's good. It's not coming out until next year in January, and I don't know. I hope it's good. I don't know. What do you think? The final unsure book is called The Bitter Wine Oath, and it is by Hannah West. And this involves a cult, and I'm always unsure about books that involve cults because I am really intrigued by cults. I like to watch documentaries about them and stuff, but I'm unsure of this one. So in this, it's in a town in Texas, another part of my uncertainty. I don't really like things set in Texas, I'm sorry. Red, white, and royal blue is the exception. It's not fully set there though, so. This involves a cult that claims 12 men to murder in a small Texas town every 50 years. It might be a cult of wronged women who kill the guys that have hurt them, and our main character is dealing with a guy who has broken her heart, and he might be one of the next 12. And there's a lot of conspiracy and stuff to it, so it really could go any way. I'm unsure of how I feel about it. I'm kind of unsure of how, is it making these wronged women more criminals, or is it making them vigilantes or something, you know, getting revenge for crimes made against them. I don't know if it deals with rape culture. It kind of feels like it's gonna deal with that, and like killing men who have hurt women. And I'm like, I'll join that group, really. I don't know. It depends on how this is written. It could be good. It could be bad. We don't know. We'll see. All right. Finally, the top 5 books right now that I'm currently super pumped for, and I want them now. Number 5, The Iron Raven by Julie Kagawa. Guys, I really like the Iron Fey series. It's kind of old hat. It's kind of tropey, but I really did enjoy it, and I mostly enjoyed it for the character of Puck. And Puck is finally getting his own book series. He's getting his own ones. I'm ready for Puck to reign. I'm ready for him to get what he deserves, which is love and happiness, and he deserves it. He's the best, he's the best, he's the best. Did I tell you he's the best, he's the best, he's the best. Puck is the best, he's the best, he's the best. I really love my Puck. I kind of hated that he ended up being like that unrequited best friend character, but he grows from it and he deserves better. He deserves his own story, and I'm finally glad that he's gonna get it. When does this book come out? I forget. It's not until like next year, but I'm ready. Number 4 is For Better or Cursed by Kate Williams. This is the sequel to The Babysitter's Coven, which I read already and I really enjoyed it. This book was supposed to come out today, which is September 15th, by the way, when I'm filming this, but I pre-ordered it, and then the place that I pre-ordered it from said it wouldn't get there until December, so I think the publication was just pushed back. And I'm really sad about that because I really wanted to read it in October, but now it's not coming until December. So what the hell? Rude. It's the continuation of a very fun, witchy series that's modern and retro at the same time, but it's kind of that feel-good witch story that someone like me enjoys. Number 3 is Sky Hunter by Marie Lu. It's Marie Lu's new book. I'm gonna read anything by Marie Lu. She is an auto-buy author for me, so that's it. That's all I have. It's sci-fi, it's big, it's fantastical, gorgeous cover. I'm ready for it. I want this book. I got nothing else to say about it except that I want it. I really hope I win the giveaway. I have entered a giveaway for it, and please pick me. Number 2, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This seems like such a fun, fantastical book. I have yet to read a V.E. Schwab book though, but I keep buying everything by her because I feel like she's going to be an author that I absolutely love. I can't wait to read her stuff. It just never winds up on my TBR and I don't know why. This one, it seems so magical. I have ordered the Owl Crate pre-order box for it. I caved, I bought that. We'll see what it looks like when it comes in, but I'm so ready for it. And finally, a book that I am highly anticipating is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. And again, I have already pre-ordered this book in another Owl Crate pre-order box. It's a special box just for it. I am ready for this dark magic school, and Naomi Novik's writing is just so interesting. I can't wait for it. Oh my god. I'm sorry I'm not talking much more about these books, but I need you guys to just look up these books. They're so good. They look, I mean, I don't know if they're good or not, but I anticipate them being really good. I'm very excited for it. Naomi Novik is now another author that I'm just gonna immediately buy anything that she puts out. I have a few of those. I'll actually be making a video about those kind of authors, but anyway. It's gonna be another dark academia kind of book, and I'm just excited. I'm so excited for it. I'm really excited to see how these boxes turn out because there's like exclusive items and stuff in it, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm excited for it. What are books that you guys are gonna anti-haul? Put them down in the comments below. Which ones can you not wait for, and which ones are you uncertain of? Let me know. And if you guys like this video, go check out my Ko-fi page and you can support me as a content creator. And yes, you can commission me to read certain books, even the ones I have just said I don't want to read. So please don't be mean and make me read those. Please don't make me read Midnight Sun. So go check that out. And of course, if you have any other comments or questions, leave them down below or on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. I'll see you next time, cuties. Bye. Someone's asking me to identify a dog breed. That's my life. I'm gonna pass out. What's the term? I'm sorry I'm not talking a whole lot about these and I'm just gushing about it, but I might actually pass out right now. So real quick, we're just gonna run out of here. Starting to sweat really badly. Oh my god.